to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that's honestly going to change how we think about buying a house. We are looking at how Kemedar's dual AI innovations, specifically Kemedar Match and Kemedar Coach, are completely transforming what is traditionally a super stressful property journey into a gamified, actively guided experience. If you've ever felt completely exhausted by the endless property search process, well, you're absolutely going to want to hear this. Okay, let's just dive right into our roadmap. We're going to hit 1, the real estate dilemma, 2, gamifying property discovery, 3, deep AI behavioral learning, 4, your personal AI coach, and finally, 5, the conversion flywheel. Starting off with Section 1, the real estate dilemma from overwhelm to clarity. Look, we really have to start by acknowledging the broken funnel in real estate platforms today. Millions of users log on to traditional platforms, passively scroll through endless grids of properties, and then they just drop off. Why? It's pure overwhelm. They don't know where to start, and there's absolutely no one guiding them through the mess. So think about this paradigm shift for a second. On one side, traditional search gives you passive scrolling, surface clicks, super low intent, and that really frustrating cold outreach to agents who, let's be honest, might not even reply to you. But then Kemedar Match introduces an entirely new behavioral model. We're talking active swiping, deep AI learning, highly pre-qualified intent, and a mutual opt-in process. We're literally moving from a frustrating dead-end search to a high-intent, exciting discovery process. Which brings us to Section 2, gamifying property discovery, the match experience. Let's explore the interface that actually changes this entire discovery phase. Picture a Tinder-style UI, but for real estate. It kicks off with a crazy simple 30-second preference setup. You just tell the app your purpose, your budget range, and your location. Boom. In just 3 taps, you've set your hard constraints, and the app immediately drops you into an engaging, gamified swipe queue of highly tailored property cards. But here's the crucial takeaway. This is not just mindless swiping. You're participating in a highly sophisticated behavioral economy. When you swipe right, you anonymously like a property. When you swipe left to pass, you aren't just skipping a house. You are actively teaching the AI exactly what you don't want. And if you find a property you're absolutely obsessed with, you swipe up for a super like, which sends an instant priority notification to the owner. Every single gesture you make is a highly qualified signal of intent. Now, what's really wild here is the sensory experience attached to these actions. It's not just visual on a screen. Kemedar uses the haptic engine in your phone to map physical feedback to every single swipe. So you actually feel a light tap for a like, a medium tap for a pass, and a strong double tap for a super like. It makes the digital experience feel incredibly visceral, tangible, and honestly just a lot more emotionally engaging. Moving to Section 3, deep AI behavioral learning, beyond the surface. Let's look under the hood here. Because the magic isn't just a fun swiping interface. It's the incredibly sophisticated behavioral learning engine that's powering the whole thing. You see, the Kemedar AI learns dynamically by watching what you actually do rather than just listening to what you say you want. It tracks the exact time you spend on a card. Are you lingering for 30 seconds, or are you dismissing it in 5? It monitors exactly which photos you're viewing in the carousel. It analyzes which specific property details you expand to read. Fast swipes signal low engagement, sure, but if you spend time examining the finishings of a specific room, the AI immediately picks up on that and dramatically increases the weight of those specific features for your future queue. And for sellers, this is absolute gold. The AI translates thousands of anonymous buyers' swipes and dismissals into precise, actionable feedback. Instead of sitting there guessing why a property isn't selling, a seller gets an AI alert saying something like, "Hey, buyers are passing after viewing the second bedroom." Or conversely, they might see high engagement specifically on their German kitchen. It turns every single swipe into instant real-time market feedback. Section 4, your personal AI coach, guiding the transaction. This brings us to a really pivotal transition in our user journey. We are moving from simply discovering a property to actually navigating the complexities of closing the deal with your personal AI coach. So imagine it. The virtual confetti pops. You swiped right, the seller swiped right. It's the ultimate moment of truth in real estate. Mutual interest is confirmed, and the anonymity dissolves. But now what? How do we prevent the user from just freezing up? How do we stop them from getting totally lost in the incredibly complex legal paperwork, the financing questions, or even just the negotiation etiquette?
Well, this is exactly where Kemedar Coach steps in. The platform smoothly transitions you into a personalized, step-by-step dashboard. It hands you required document checklists, stuff like your national ID, bank statements, and tax clearance certificates. It gives you interactive affordability calculators exactly when you need them. It essentially replaces all that home buying anxiety with proactive, context-aware nudges.
And what's genuinely amazing is that the AI totally adapts to your specific situation. This isn't some generic one-size-fits-all checklist. The AI delivers a completely tailored roadmap depending on exactly who you are. If you're a nervous first-time buyer, it's going to walk you through basic title deed education. But if you're an expat buyer, the coach automatically switches gears. It guides you through remote virtual tours, currency planning, and embassy power of attorney processes. It's personalized down to the letter.
Finally, Section 5, the conversion flywheel, closing the loop. Let's pull back and look at the big picture. How does all this gamified matching and step-by-step coaching actually drive real business results?
It's all about a closed-loop system that powers the platform. Think of it as a continuous cycle of market liquidity. The gamification drives buyer engagement and swiping. All that engagement generates massive amounts of behavioral data, which in turn trains the AI. The AI then refines the queue to create better, highly qualified mutual matches. And then, those matches alert local franchise owners on the ground, who step in to effortlessly facilitate those hot leads into actual closed deals.
Because intent is being qualified at every single stage of this guided journey, from your very first swipe all the way through the coach's negotiation strategies and escrow setup, this ecosystem is incredibly efficient. It's designed for actual conversion, not just user engagement. In fact, they are projecting a massive 15% closure rate from a mutual match to a signed, sealed, and delivered deal. That is huge in the real estate world.
By taking a process that is usually stressful, overwhelming, and let's face it, a totally passive chore, and transforming it into an active, guided, and frankly fun digital experience, Kemedar is completely rewriting the rules of PropTech. So the only question left to ask yourself is, are you ready to let an AI learn your deepest preferences, guide you through the paperwork, and help you swipe right on your perfect property match?